Hey Srinivas, thanks for taking the time. This will help the other professionals understand your experience. So just speak naturally, like you're sharing to your colleague, right? So we'll go step by step. There's no rush. Okay. So let's start with a quick introduction. Can you tell us about the background, your role, and the kind of work that you are currently doing?
Hi, Sarvesh. So I have over 20 plus years of experience. I've started my career in a domain called SAP, which is an enterprise solution in a product company. I started as a consultant, and working through my career, I have gained enough experience and knowledge around the product and the technology surrounding it. Currently, I'm working as a cloud architect, working closely with all the enterprise customers in India and other regions as well. Just to highlight a couple of things with the product company, SAP, as most of you would have known, because this product typically touches across every single industry, and I've seen the evolution of this solution over a period of time. And today we are in a stage where, as we speak, AI has become the forefront, and all technology companies are embracing it. So are we. Yeah.
Yes, that definitely is, everywhere. Right. So now let's come to the program, right? So before joining this program, so what was your understanding of AI or LLM based systems? Where you were more into the theoretical side or you were trying to build things? Was your understanding of AI and LLM based systems?
Sure. So, as you can see, how AI has evolved, like through my career at SAP, and I had a couple of stints with IBM and Microsoft. So, my initial interaction with this technology came while I was at IBM, when you must have heard about a product called Watson, IBM Watson.
Watson,
So it
yes.
is one of the early AI systems. In fact, Watson was highlighted on a particular event, which is about a game that defeated the chess masters, right? So they built the first AI systems and the whole thought of AI coming in. So my interest towards AI started with my work around data science and machine learning. So I initially, because that was a time when a lot of data scientist requirement was coming up, and I got curious about exploring this in as part of my career. Though my role is mostly customer facing, but I've seen the conversations where customers are keen to adopt these products and solutions. And as you know, in any every enterprise solutions, reporting analytics play a very big role in decision making. So that's was my first learning, which started with data science. And as we progressed, what became very popular among users and consumers, as we speak, are other Gen AI platforms. With the Chat GPT, that's when it became even more popular, and the reach had extended over and beyond the technical usage to a common usage, right? So I started using these tools, and I found it to be very helpful, and providing me efficiency in my work through interacting with these platforms. So that's how the journey slowly started. Post Gen AI, then recent times, as you know, there has been a lot of talk around agentic AI, how to build autonomous systems, and that's where we are today.
Right. So before joining this program, what was your understanding of AI or LLM based systems?
Yeah. So to be brief, so I started my AI journey through data science, machine learning, because as you can see, large enterprises, they have a lot of reporting requirements like predictive analysis. So that's when they started adopting these tools, right? When Gen AI came into a picture, that's when all the IT, not just IT, but even the common users started interesting, and they started interacting with this platform, which greatly improved their productivity and efficiency. So same here, even being in IT and working in the field of architect, it has greatly helped us to leverage these platforms to identify and provide the solution to the customers. So that's when the whole interest started, and a lot of adoption increased through these platforms. And today, as we speak, we're talking about autonomous agents, agentic AI, and large scale adoption. While the use cases are being identified, but I see there is a huge growth and future of these solution and the platforms going forward.
Going forward. Great, great. I honestly, I 100% agree with you. Right.
Yeah,
So AI adoption is everywhere. Right. So
correct.
what made you join this program? So what stood out for you specially?
Right. So, like any person who is keen and curious about learning these new technology, right? A common platforms would be news articles, tech blogs, YouTube videos. Those have been, and there were a lot of paid courses, and you can see there has been flurry of new courses launched, not just by the influencers or IT teams who are in this field, but also the institutes like IIT, IIMs. If you see in the market, you have every single institute today creating programs, curriculums around this product, right? In fact, I myself have enrolled into one such program through the sponsorship from my company. But the thing is, most of them start with theoretical concepts. They do discuss about case studies, but
Yes.
not much so on the hands-on,
And so on.
right? Because it really requires a great deal of effort and then collaboration. So two things I would say. One is you knowing the concepts, right? And the second is how do you apply those concepts? Then working as a cohort, that is also equally important. You need to work as a team because you share ideas, you brainstorm ideas, you run into issues, and then with the right mentor and guidance, right, it accelerates, the learning accelerates,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
So when this program came to me, right, quite frankly, I had two minds because there were so many such programs I've already invested. But one thing which was very, what do you say? Uh,
Motivating.
yeah, is you started to guide us saying that you're not going to learn concepts, you're going to apply them and you're going to build them along with the learning. So that the period was not too long. It was a fairly a short period. It's not like a 1 year program or a 2 year program where you spend multiple weekends, because while we have work, we'll have to also see how we can engage on these learning as a stretch. So that hooked on me, hooked on it, and I should say I was not disappointed. Your program was really well structured, especially for those who have fear on coding and programming. Today, I see that is the biggest barrier. So
Exactly.
for someone who's not coming from an IT background, particularly in programming and coding, right, they fear whether I can keep up. And to me, I will tell you very frankly, I spent more than 2 years learning Python, and I
Right.
do not know even today where I can rate myself in Python, because you can go as much deep as possible.
Exactly.
You learn about all the classes, but after this is a fact. Anyone who has completed a course on Python, you ask them to go and create an application, they will struggle.
Nobody,
They will
nobody can
literally
do it.
struggle.
Exactly.
So that way, the best way to learn is to start building. Do not
It,
wait.
correct.
And that is the USP of this program, and that's exactly what you're doing, and which is really good. So just to add, I attended a session yesterday in my company.
Uh-huh.
So the topic is about land graph.
Oh, okay.
Right, and there was a cohort of like 300 odd people who participated in that. They demonstrated the capability of land graph usage in a typical enterprise scenario, how multi-agent framework works, how and in the end result, how customer gets benefited. So clearly, an organization such as SAP is focusing on these frameworks, these tools, and planning to have a large scale adoption. That means this is a very important,
Need of the hour.
yeah,
Yes.
a need of the hour, and it's up to each and every individual to embrace this.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is coming your way, and we have to be in the forefront of it.
Exactly, right? So yes. So even what's the point of learning Python when we are just doing the vibe coding, right? So
Yes,
yeah,
that
the
is
recent interview that conducted in our organization was also on vibe coding. People were asked vibe code, complete, build an application.
right.
Right? That's where we are currently.
Right.
Right. So if I have to ask you, how was your overall experience with the program? So especially in terms of how the concepts were structured and explained, right? So did the hands-on approach help? Right. So even though you have explained it, Can you narrate it?
Yes, certainly. So, two things I would say. One is the way the program starts with the foundation, right? It's very important. But the second aspect is once you have learned the initial foundational skills, applying those skills through the use cases scenarios. It's great that we have a head start here because we have those Python libraries. You have the notebooks available, so you don't have to start something from scratch, right? Which is an important thing. So you know that yes, there is a program in place. There is something you can start executing and experimenting with it with an already existing repository. And not just that, you have also have flexibility to scale it up and have your own use cases developed on top of it. So
Correct.
that is very much required. So this way you are able to further your knowledge. One thing you want to additionally highlight is, see, when you work on something and you see it works, it excites you, right? So if
Definitely.
something is failing, breaking, right, you will get demotivated. Oh, I've tried so many things, it's not working. But if you find these systems where you are able to follow and you're able to see the result, then you get more excited, you will have your curiosity, and then you will start exploring more.
Correct, exactly right. So, what were the most valuable learnings for you from this program? Was it around the RAG, or was it around the agent, or the system design? So, which concept really clicked for you?
To me, I would not single out because all of the things are required today as we speak, right? It is an ecosystem. We are not talking about a single technology that is going to help you in achieving your objective, right? Everything is required. So whether it is RAG, whether you're working with those MCPs, and you're working with those agents. In fact, multi-agent is something which is advanced,
AWS,
and
exactly.
we need to work and build scenarios with it. But all of this counts. It is not that you pick up a specific area and you want to specialize it. We are in the ecosystem of AI, right? So it includes all of these technologies, and you can see Anthropic and recent announcement from Microsoft at that build event. All of them are embracing. It is not anymore model versus model. We are not going to compete with which is the best model. It is going to be the ecosystem versus an ecosystem, right? Which is
Exactly.
which platform are going to provide the ecosystem where you can develop and provide
Exactly. It's
the
all about building in system, right? It's all
yes,
about system. We are not building in language model,
yes,
right? So,
yes.
so one strong line. What is that valuable learning from this program that you have taken up? What would you say? Which
Once,
core concept that
yes,
you have learned the
yeah.
best from this
Yeah.
program?
Yeah. So for the beginners, this is going to create you from going from a complete zero to a hero, because you will see this terminology use becoming zero to hero in so many days, right? This is definitely going to give you that platform where you can start from scratch. Number one, you can come in, you will go back with confidence because you would have truly developed something which you can demonstrate and add to your GitHub profile or your LinkedIn profile. So tomorrow you are going to whether it is going to be for a job, or was it, it is going as a freelancer, you're going to create your something on your own. For all of these, definitely this content that you have developed and the program that you have structured is definitely going to help.
Definitely.
So
Thank you.
truly a hands-on approach with real-time scenarios. I'm sure you're going to add more scenarios for your
Exactly.
future cohort. Yeah,
Future
yeah.
goal.
So definitely, this is going to be a very good
Very, very well.
advantages for anyone who's going to pick up skills in this area.
Right, right. Thanks, thanks. Right, so were you able to relate what you learned to your work or real world use cases after completing this program, right? So did it change how you approach the problems now after completing this program?
Absolutely, absolutely. I can say that with confidence because when I started this program, I only had knowledge of Gen AI, like most of us do already, and a brief foundational knowledge of Python because I know if such programs require some of those fundamental knowledge. So as I mentioned, I was preparing towards upskilling myself in these two areas. Now, post this program is only when I understood what the underlying frameworks and how it is being used, And these use cases are very real, though they may be some may be for your personal usage. But when I translate this to an enterprise, because today everything is business, so you can do for your personal requirement as such, you can sell it or you can market it to your people. But I work in business today and I know where the impact is. Today there are, when you talk about business, there are multiple functions. There is HR, there is finance, there is procurement, there is supply chain. I am now able to relate all of these because we are going to use this very framework in the real life use cases. So my focus is how I can advance it, how I can optimize it, how I can present it to my customers, keeping cost in mind, because today there's a lot of discussion around cost. While the feature could be great, but delivering it at a cost to a customer is more important. So I am moving into that era. And for me to move and talk and discuss about these things, this course and the structure, the way you have put, has greatly helped.
Oh, okay, okay. So you were more confident in understanding what's happening in the AI space right now. That's
Absolutely.
what you're trying to say, right? So,
Yes.
okay, right. So now, if you have to put it in other angle, right? So, what was the biggest shift in your thinking after completing this program? So, what you can do now that you couldn't do before?
Right. So the most important thing is the thought process, right? The way you think, right? If I had not had this knowledge, maybe I would have taken time to consume it, and I would have still be under confusion where we can utilize these tools. The underlying stack, how it is helping, what are the building blocks? I wouldn't have no knowledge about it. I would still be in the gray, right? So with this knowledge which I have gained, now things are very clear. The clarity is there, not just in understanding and talking to similar like-minded peers who are already working in these technologies, but to even go and present to a customer, right? Because the customer are not just CXOs. There are technical folks who would question back on various things, like predominantly how you scale this, what are the building blocks, security, right? There are a lot of concern about how security plays a role, how governance plays a role. So now I'm able to engage myself in those conversations,
This
which
conversation.
is very, very important. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Right. So now coming back to the module. So was there any module or project that stood out for you in the overall cohort?
Right. Some like for example, resume builder, right? The one you started, you where you which you demoed, right? That itself is a very good, because today if I have to build some application, I know you have to rely on some third party, right? You upload your data onto ChatGPT or Perplexity and all, right? Now you can build your own tools. You can have your own local tools built, developed using those APIs, and that's one of the things which that's what initially motivated me when you demonstrated, when I started leveraging those tools and notebooks that you had prepared, and then we had experimented with it, so that helped. Yeah.
That helped. Okay, okay, fantastic. Right. So would you recommend this program to others? Who do you think would benefit the most out of this program?
Right. I would put them into three categories. Someone who's beginning, right? Who's starting out, right? I personally have interviewed a lot of candidates, right? And who have recently come out of, they could be from tier one institutes or two institutes. What they lack is application of what they have learned. So I recommend everyone who is going out facing interviews or preparing to develop these tools, this program is highly recommended. So they will go out and start building things. That is one.
Correct.
For those who are experienced of working and looking to transition and moving into these roles, or moving and also demonstrating the capabilities to their leadership or management, definitely I will recommend them to this course.
Okay.
And for those who have already done all these, right, I would still recommend them, because they are going to get a right mentor like you.
Oh,
They can
fantastic.
connect with you, and then probably they can take it further. And I'm sure they can collaborate with you for their future needs as well.
Future needs. It will be brushing out the concept and
Yeah. Yeah, because
Fantastic.
I see it that way, right? Because you are also interacting, you are going and providing a lot of insights through your webinars, in-person meetings as well, and you will be meeting with a lot of industry people with the feedback. So definitely for someone who's experienced, who are working in their field, can collaborate with you, network with you, and then you can also mentor them in creating their business plan as well. Yeah, maybe you have
Definitely.
something along those
100%.
lines if you have not. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Right. So at the end, so if you had to describe your entire experience in one single sentence, what would you say as a tagline?
Right. Entire experience, yes. Number one is the knowledge that I've gained, right? Ability to implement these in real time, right? So it's got up from what do you say, from theory to action. I would rather put it from theory to action will be one phrase which I would like to use. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thanks a lot, Srinivas.
Yeah.
Thanks. I know, nice connecting with you.
Yes,
Thanks.
same
We
here.
have explored and we have spoken a lot of things. Thank
Right.
you. Thanks, Srinivas.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll stay connected. Thanks.
Yes.